Good afternoon, ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary peoples. This is Bronson's By Any Means Necessary Fantasy Football Talk for Tuesday, November 29th, 2022. This will be my waiver wire video for week 13. We're coming down to the final 2 weeks of the season, so hopefully you're in good playoff position. We're still battling for the playoffs. If you're out, the polite thing to do would be to refrain from adding players, unless it's a dynasty league or keeper league. If it's redraft, though, strictly redraft, and you're already eliminated from playoff contention, leave the competitive advantage for the players who are still playing for something. That's just my fantasy football etiquette rule for the day. It's been a crazy, 24 hours. I wasn't able to work yesterday because my car insurance expired on Sunday. So yesterday I had to go in and get a copy of my new card, one for my car and then one for my wallet, and then I had to take a picture and upload it to Uber, which for some reason is still pending today, so I still can't work today. Hopefully, by the time dinner time rolls around, it'll be good to go, because I don't really want to miss 2 days of work. But yesterday I did go into Portland and stop by the Uber Greenlight Hub, which is kind of their customer service center. Asked the questions I've been wanting to have answered for the last few months. Found out my coverage area is a lot bigger than I thought. It doesn't extend all the way into Washington, so I can't do the whole state of Washington like I thought I could. But I can do Idaho. So I can do most of Oregon, all the way. I think I can do Eugene. Although Eugene is it's a separate thing, Southern Oregon. I think I can do Eugene. I can do Eugene or to Eugene. I don't know. I need to go down there and find out. But I know I can't do past Eugene, so I can't do Roseburg or anything like that. But I can do all the way to the coast. I can do all the way to the Oregon border, all the way into Idaho, Boise, Coeur d'Alene, all that stuff up to the Montana border. And I don't know about southern Idaho. Again, I feel like I need to go on a road trip and find out, because I've been wanting to go down to southern Idaho anyways. I just didn't want to go this time of year. But yeah, I don't know if I'll get around to that, because I still planning on moving. But and the Arizona coverage area is the entire state of Arizona, so I could live in Tucson, work in Phoenix, work in Flagstaff, work in Yuma, anywhere I want to go in the state of Arizona, I can work. So that's cool. But yeah, today, crazy day. So yesterday, I did all that. And then I tried to go to bed because I wasn't working. I was bored. I tried to go to bed at 10. I laid there until after 1 a.m. and I said, screw this. I'm just going to stay up all night, because I had to get up at like 2:45 anyway to work. But I stayed up all night. Was completely exhausted. I was kind of anticipating an easy day, even though Tuesdays are never easy days. They're our heaviest days. I'm kind of mostly just a sorter now, which is something I really enjoy. It's mentally stimulating and physically stimulating enough. It's not just, like unloading. It's just physically stimulating. There's no thinking. Sorting provides me both, which is what I need in the morning to wake up, mental stimulation. So I was anticipating that what I was going to do was sorting. I sorted for a little bit, but it was just such a freaking chaotic day. We didn't get any volume. We came in at 3:30, right? Because it's peak season. So we were anticipating getting an extra plane. That got canceled. We got our first plane like a half hour after we got there, like 4 a.m. It had like 2 cans on it. So we were sitting around for most of the day. I was completely exhausted, about to fall asleep, right? And then, so our total volume for the day was 17,000. And we got like 15,000 in the last hour and a half. So we started at 3:30. We didn't get out till 7:30. I ended up unloading a bunch of cans. I was dying. I was miserable because I was over caffeinated, right? Because I'd been up all night and against my will, I didn't stay up all night because I wanted to. So I was exhausted. So I over caffeinated myself, to stay awake, and ended up unloading, and I was like exhausted, over caffeinated. I was sweating my butt off. I was miserable. I was really not feeling it. I was not in tip top 100% shape today. It was bad. So yeah, 4 hours of that. It was just crazy. It was a crazy day. I'm hoping the rest of the week is a little easier, but that's gonna be a nice payday. But like, the positive of that, other than the money that's coming, is that this is like the first day in like a month since I came back from Minnesota that I don't feel like a zombie. Like I feel like when I came back from Minnesota, I had some, I'm assuming it was jet lag or something. I was just wanting to sleep all the time for like the last month. I was just sleeping more than 8 hours a day. I would set an alarm to get up at a certain time, and I'd wake up, turn it off, just go back to sleep for another 2 or 3 hours. It's just ridiculous. It's crazy. But today is the first day. I think it's because I got out there and I worked and did some physical manual labor, which something I haven't done in a while. It woke the body up, and it's so now I came home. I think I slept a little bit after 8, slept until a little bit after 1, so 5 hours. But I feel great. I'm not wanting to go back to bed anytime soon. So the first time in a long time that I didn't feel like I needed to sleep 10 hours. It feels great. It's because I thought I was dying. Like, I didn't know if it was jet lag or if I was dying of something. I was debating going to the doctor, honestly, because I never have ever slept that much in my the life that I can recollect, and not consistently that much. Like maybe like I've always been, or the last couple of years, I'll sleep 4, 5, 6 hours a day, and that would get me through the day. And then on my day off, one of my days off, when I was working at the airport, I would crash and sleep a good 9, 10 hours to catch up a little bit. But that was like one day a week. This has been consistent for a month straight, just wanting to sleep 8, 9, 10 hours a day. I'm over it. I'm so much more. I'm so happy. I'm so relieved to be back feeling normal again today. Hopefully we'll see if I can sleep tonight. What else was there? What else was going on? I don't know. I guess I don't have anything else. I've been waiting to hear back from this apartment that I was looking at in Tucson. That was a pretty good price. A good location. It's like 2 blocks from where my friend lives, right, central Tucson, just off campus. Just in between 2 of the main thoroughways through town. So it's a good spot. The only problem I have with it is it's not parking. It's not covered parking, which is something I really feel is kind of necessary in a state like Arizona, because I don't want my car baking in the sun all day. But the price is good. Utilities are included. The good location. I'm just waiting to hear back from them. I haven't heard from them since last week. I messaged them on Sunday. It's now Tuesday. I haven't heard from them. I had more questions for them about the deposit and stuff, because I don't want to be paying a deposit. I don't want to apply. It's a $50 application fee, which I'm willing to pay. I just got paid today. The issue is that I'm not going to pay $800 deposit within 3 days, like the last place wanted me to do. So I bought plane tickets for my next trip, which is going to be the weekend before Christmas. I'm not going to tell you where I'm going, but it's somewhere new, somewhere I haven't been, somewhere like I'm not like super excited to go to. It's never been like a destination spot for me, but I'm in these dynasty basketball groups, and it was a place that was recommended to me, and it's a place I've trashed for the entirety of my adult life. But I'm gonna go check it out for myself, and so I can give an accurate opinion. So I'll be there for 4 days, 3 nights, from Friday night. No, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, coming home Tuesday. Right before Christmas. So, that'll be fun. I already found a good hotel right downtown for 3 nights. It's like 200 something. It's wouldn't call it the greatest hotel. It's not, but it's right downtown, good location, close to where I want to be. So I'm gonna have a good time, and I'm gonna come back with an educated opinion on this place that I have spent so much time in my life trashing. Anyways, let's get to the waiver stuff. It's not the deepest list, and there's not a whole lot of fresh names. There's a lot of names I've been repeating for the last few weeks, but there's some new ones. Starting with quarterback Deshaun Watson, he's eligible to come back from suspension this week. We know what a fantasy stud he was in his Houston days. It's been a while since we've seen him play, so he's probably gonna be a little rusty. I don't know how great he's gonna be this season, but definitely if you're in a keeper league, Deshaun Watson would be a great quarterback to carry forward into next year, because I think he's going to reassert himself as a top 10, possible top 5 fantasy quarterback next year. Hopefully we get some decent starts from him down the stretch here, especially for those who are trying to get into the playoffs. A tight end, I have one, Tyler Conklin. I like his matchup against my Vikings this week. I like the quarterback change for the Jets. It seemed to be good for all of the pass catchers in New York. Conklin's been very consistent this year, but has been one of the better tight ends through the year. It's just, you got to take peaks and valleys, and I think this matchup against the Vikings is going to be, might not be a super great day, but I don't think it's going to be a bad day, which when you're streaming tight ends, that's really all you can expect is not a bad day, right? So I got 5 wide receivers, 5 running backs. The wide receivers, Traylon Burks is tops my list because he's really seems to be emerging as a bona fide weapon for the Titans. I know he kind of got a fluky touchdown last week, which helped his case, but the numbers were still there. He was far and away the leader for the Titans in receiving for the second week in a row. Mac Hollins makes the list again. He seems to be a guy that Josh McDaniels loves for whatever reason. Consistency's not there, but he does have like 3 or 4 pretty damn big games this year, so he's worth having. And then a Rams wide receiver, Van Jefferson, finally healthy, and now he has nobody standing in his way for targets. He's the number 1 guy with the Rams. I really like Van Jefferson's got a lot of talent. Problem is, who's going to be throwing him the ball, but he should lead the Rams in targets going forward as long as he stays healthy. Zay Jones had a massive day last week for the Jaguars, career day. Can he do that again? We'll see. I don't know. Trevor Lawrence seems to be playing a lot better lately, and if Zay Jones is going to be this, reliable for him, he's going to continue to throw the ball to him. So I like Zay Jones moving forward. He's having a pretty good year overall. And Darius Slayton, again, makes this list. He looks like the number 1 guy for the Giants. They are playing the Commanders this week, which, isn't the greatest matchup, but Darius Slayton should see enough volume. And he's the kind of guy who doesn't really need a whole lot of volume to produce. He's kind of like I equate him to, I guess, Deshaun Jackson. Young Deshaun Jackson, he was a guy who'd get 2 or 3 balls a game for 70, 80, 90, 100 yards, maybe a touchdown. Nothing wrong with that. That's production. It's just not the greatest for PPR because he's not catching a lot of balls, but the yardage and the possible touchdowns are, what you're banking on there. Running backs, I got 5. Gus Edwards tops the list for me because he's the bell cow guy in Baltimore. As soon as he was healthy again, which is a major concern for him, he's very injury prone. But as soon as he's healthy again, Kenyon Drake became an afterthought. So Gus Edwards is the guy that the Baltimore coaching staff absolutely loves. I don't know why. I don't think he's all that great. But they seem to love him more than even J.K. Dobbins. So as long as Gus Edwards is healthy, he's going to be the guy in Baltimore. And we know Baltimore loves to run the ball. So Gus Edwards tops my list for running backs to add this week. Next, we got Zonovan Knight, who had a really big game for the Jets after Michael Carter got hurt. He seems to, James Robinson, for whatever reason, is not getting on the field for the Jets, which is disappointing because I really like James Robinson as a talent. I hope he ends up somewhere this offseason that will value him, give him a shot, because he was very productive, very good. Zonovan Knight looks like the number 2 guy in New York now that Breece Hall is hurt. Michael Carter is hurt. He may or may not play in this game. And as I've been saying all year, I don't think Michael Carter is all that good anyway. Zonovan Knight is going to continue to get some work. He could be the number 1 guy for the Jets this week. I need a drink of my energy drink. Quick pause because I noticed that I was talking a little fast. My mouth, throat, a little dry. So I'm taking a quick break here. Zonovan Knight moving forward, because we know the Jets like to utilize that running back by committee. Could be a usable flex for you. Kyren Williams looks like the guy to own in the Rams backfield, if there is a guy to own in the Rams backfield. The offense is a complete mess. I don't think the offensive coordinator, who is a new offensive coordinator, Liam Cohen, came from Kentucky, had a lot of hype. A lot of people were pegging him as the next, McVay coaching tree guy, but I don't think he's going to survive. I don't think he's going to have a second season here. He's going to go back to college or somewhere else. I think they're going to promote from within. They're going to promote that Thomas Brown guy, the offensive coordinator. He's getting a lot of head coaching hype, possible head coaching hype as well. And Sean McVay could retire, which could change things at the top as well. I think they would just promote Raheem Morris, but you never know. Could be Raheem Morris, Thomas Brown show moving forward, but that's irrelevant to fantasy, right? I'm just rambling. But Kyren Williams has, for the 2 weeks in a row now, led the Rams in touches by himself. He's getting more touches by himself, more snaps by himself than all the other Rams backs combined. So Kyren Williams is the guy to own in that offense. And then a couple of Jaguars running backs because of the Travis Etienne situation. Sounds like Etienne's going to be good to go. But if things change, Darrell Henderson is now in Jacksonville, and we know that I think Darrell Henderson's pretty talented. I don't know why the Rams never liked him. But he was definitely showed the most burst, the most ability of the Rams backs in the last, since Todd Gurley left, really. And then JaMycal Hasty, he catches balls, he does things with receptions, not much of a runner. But those two, if Travis Etienne should miss time, those two should be heavily involved in splitting work. And even if Travis Etienne plays, one of those guys, if not both of those guys, are going to have some bit of a role, and they could be flex options for you. I do think Darrell Henderson, obviously, is the better back, in my opinion. Between the two, I would make him the priority target. But either or would definitely be useful should Travis Etienne miss time. I guess that's it. I don't think my lunch is done yet. It takes about an hour to cook some fried chicken because I got nothing else to do today. I didn't really wake up in time and early enough to do lunch for Uber, and I couldn't have done it anyway because I'm still waiting for them to accept my new insurance, which I don't understand what's taking so long. I'm really hoping that it doesn't take longer than the rest of today. I would like to go out and work tonight, but I will accept that because I just uploaded it yesterday. I'll accept that they need 2 business days. So hopefully I'm good to go tomorrow because I need to make money because this is my rent. This check for this week, the work that I'm doing now, is going to go with my rent. Although the money I just got paid today, most of that's going to go to rent too. I have no intention of spending much of that. I had to make my car payment today. Pay the Schwab, pay off my credit card bill, but that's like going to be like $300 total of the $800 I made. So the rest of it, I'll have to get gas for my car. I don't intend to spend, more than like half of it. So most of that's going to go to rent. So, but I would like to be ahead. That's so. Yeah, the more money I make this week, the more ahead I'll be. Because as I noted at the beginning, I have a vacation coming up, and I would like to do another vacation for New Year's Eve weekend, because I have no intention of being here, because I get lonely on the holidays. Nobody spends time with me on the holidays. Women in this town find me disgusting, apparently, so I want to be somewhere else if I can help it. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to swing it because of the first trip, right before Christmas and then Christmas, but I'm gonna have most of my Christmas gifts out of the way by Christmas, so I don't have to worry about it. But yeah, I'd like to do a trip for New Year's Eve. Well, we'll see. We'll see if that'll happen. Yeah, I guess that's it. I'll get to defense, special teams, tight ends, quarterbacks tomorrow, as I usually do. Good luck with your waivers. I put my waivers in last night because I was like, after I decided I wasn't going to get any sleep, I decided to make use of my time. Did that so I can get it out of the way. And, well, I guess that's it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace, love, and nacho fries.